punish me.
We've talked a lot about how players at the end of the season have all these dings and nicks and cuts and whatnot, and they play through them.
Yeah.
What about the emotional or psychological issues that they might have at this point in the season? Is it too late to build them up, or has that all been done in the preseason? Or, I mean, I know you guys probably have a strength coach that can go to if you need it.
Yeah.
How big an issue is that at this point in the season?
Well, we've spent a lot of time on it just in the last few days. So we are believers that we can still keep making progress and that there's a lot of work to be done. Gary, I'm sorry, man. Thank you so much.
Everything's done except for the payment part.
Okay, and so when we get that, we can just get to you and push a button?
I'll get and process the payment. So
Thank you so much for doing that. It means a lot to him. Sorry, guys. I missed a meeting. So I think it's probably more important now than ever. And I think what you do is you try and tap into some of the work that we've done all season long. Like this P squad has been, this P squad has been really helpful for us in the sense of kind of coaching us all along the way. And
P squad.
Squad. It's a group of 4 professors here in clinical psychology PhD program that have been at every single practice, traveling with us on the road, really crushing me as a coach, which is super helpful, and it's just like eyes and experience, and just in terms of messaging and communication and mindfulness. I was going to the mindfulness, like all year long we've been practicing, like we've been practicing mindfulness, and it's really being put to the test all year long, and definitely going to be put to this test now. And what I mean by mindfulness is, I talk to the guys after practice, is in the spot that we're in the spot that everybody's in as an athlete, but in the spot that we're in right now, there's so much stuff around you that can be distracting to giving yourself the best chance to go compete on Saturday. There's so much stuff, and it's so heavy, and it's so disappointing. A lot of it comes from inside you, right? Just the disappointment and everything else. And so we've been practicing all year long about kicking those thoughts out of our mind, about being really present, and clearly that is become increasingly important every day for us as we've gone through this season. And now is, we get our last home game in senior night, and then we get a chance to go play in this WCC tournament. It's do or die now. And so long answer to yes, we're really trying to tap into everything we can do. And yes, this has been really heavy emotionally on our guys, super heavy season emotionally on our guys, because as tiring as it might get when you don't live up to your own goals and expectations, that is brutal. And so that's what our guys are working with now.
Ken Palm does in his ratings does the luck rating.
Yeah.
You guys are like 230 something out of 250.
Yeah.
What is that? I don't know if it means a lot to you, a luck rating, but do you feel like you guys are a little bit unlucky in terms of what your stats say, what your record is?
You guys know me. I try not to put a lot of juice in luck. Like, I just feel because if you depend on luck, it means you're kind of giving away your power to affect change. It's just like, well, we were lucky, we weren't lucky, and so I try and stay away from that because I want our guys to be empowered. I want them to feel like it's kind of the same thing with the refs. It's like you want to run away from. I'm not great at it, but you want to run away from. Giving the referees any power over your belief on your ability to impact the game. Like, you'd never want to say, well, the refs cheated us, because then it means that you can't actually control the outcome of the game, and I want us to believe that. So I feel the same way about luck. I will say that some of these guys' accomplishment and progress has been masked by just barely not being able to finish, right? And then it's multiplied exponentially, the emotional burden that the guys have had to carry because they've put forth some tremendous performances where they just literally one stop away from celebrating a really incredible win, and those have some staying power, and instead it turns into like a double down emotional loss. And so I don't think that's luck. I think it's just we're just barely not good enough to reap the rewards of and really recognize your growth in a tangible way, in an easy way, in a public way, right? And so that's been challenging. Man, it's been challenging. Ooh, it's been challenging.
Do you think one of those guys that maybe has been masked in their growth, just at least publicly, is a Tiki?
Yeah.
I know we've talked about him before,
Yeah.
but like, how good do you feel at this point,
Yeah.
going into a Big 12
Yeah.
roster, not to look
Yeah.
too far ahead, but
Yeah.
with him particularly?
Well, we clearly got a lot of growth to do. I mean, I can't even think about that right now. We're struggling with. I mean, we're in dire straits in our own conference, right? But yes, I think like recently, Atiki's growth has been masked by foul issues, right? He's just not able to stay on the floor long enough to kind of show consistently his impact on the game, and we felt that again at St. Mary's a little bit. And so, we've talked about him a lot, but it's the same kind of feel as like, he's made so much progress. There's just a couple, like fouls. Fouls right now are holding him back from seeing the results of the work he's done. And so we have a lot of that right now, and that's it's really tough because you use there's nothing more motivating than seeing yourself grow, and so we've had to find other metrics other than wins right now to show ourselves that this work is paying off, and he's had to do that individually a little bit.
Rudy and Gideon will be the guys honored on senior night, right?
Yeah.
What can you say about their contributions over
Yeah.
they've been here at BYU?
Yeah. Gideon's been incredible here. He is, he's been a everyday guy in terms of him coming in and trying to give energy. He's grown so it's staggering to think about how he's grown as a basketball player, least of all. What he's done as a person and how his life has changed and how he's changed as a human being is incredible. From the shoe drive to starting his own business in Nigeria, which is going great right now, to getting married, to being a force on some tremendous top 25 teams here, and to touching people in the community. He's been incredible. He's been really special. You asked about Rudy also. And Rudy, in his 1 year here, I'm telling you, I'll talk about Rudy for the next 20 years as a coach, because he's done something really, really remarkable here. I mean, clearly we haven't enjoyed the results that we hoped for, but his willingness to make this about the team first, and his willingness to bring joy to all these guys, his willingness to be a mentor to a young guy that he's competing with for minutes, has just been, I don't know if I've ever seen anything like it. He's been really special that way, and and his growth has been incredible. We brought him in and put him in a position that he's never been in his career, and asked him to do things different than he's ever done in his career, and he's been really special. So we're super blessed to have these guys here at BYU, representing BYU, and what's really exciting is their impact in the locker room and off the court has been bigger than their impact on the court. So grateful for those guys.
One more question.
It seems like, just following up on Rudy, he's been a guy who kind of he's been the exact type of point guard or scoring point guard that you need in some ways, and it's come ironically maybe off the bench sometimes. But would you say maybe both on the court and also off it in the locker room and everything, he's been exactly what this group, I guess, has needed?
Yeah, he's made a huge difference. I mean, in a group that there's so much new. Everybody's new. Either you're new to the program, or you're new to a position, or you're new to or new to responsibility. We had nobody on this team that was kind of coming in to resume a role that they'd had before. And so I think Rudy's been incredibly stabilizing for our guys. And he's also been great about bringing guys together. One of the things special about Rudy is he's he's going to spend just as much time with a part-time manager, making him feel great about his life as he is with, the best guy on the team, as he is with, a media member, as he is with anybody. He just is a beautiful human being, and he's special. He's, like we believe we still have some special things left to do in this season, and then he's got really special things ahead of him with his life. Okay.
I guess.
Thank you guys. Appreciate you. Thanks for being here.
Thanks.